Testing, testing, testing.
Sick. I'm expert as well.
What do you do?
I'm with Georgia on commentating.
Are you? Cool. I knew Georgia was, but I didn't know that. That's good.
Testing, testing. Testing.
All right.
Thanks, mate.
Vlog. And your mic is here. We got a lot of extension on the videos.
Go dance if you want. I actually. There's one here. Did you?
Yeah, and
Oh, thank you. I was actually going to ask you. Thank you.
he always tries to get me beforehand, and I'm like,
You're flat out. You're always flat out. I know. Matt was
I was thinking it was like, it's nice to say about both.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
About both.
What about both? You know.
I don't know. Give me
Just
some
jump over.
things. Melbourne victory.
Hey, you're the commentator. You got to think of things to say.
Melbourne victory versus Boroondara Eagles. That's all you got to remember. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting.
Exactly. What are you
Senol. Don't forget to say Senol.
Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
Good choice. Good choice.
Boroondara.
We came to eat the Kanako.
Ah.
ハウスになんか何回か来るから。
グッチがね。
Oh, your game. Against Preston.
Yeah, yesterday. No.
0-0.
Yeah, the
They took him off.
Why?
last 5 minutes. I don't know.
He was playing so well, that's why.
Yeah. Coach. Yeah, I think they play. Always.
Flares? Yeah, plenty of flares. Preston, no? They had the flares in the grandstand.
No surprise.
Not yesterday.
Put in.
Or maybe they did after the game.
I think so. Yeah.
Maybe. I wasn't later.
But it's no fighting. So.
Good.
Sounds
It's a good
chill.
day.
Sounds chill.
It's a good day.
Still chill. Yeah. Good to see.
Good to see.
この上に上がる。
Welcome to this afternoon's clash in the Senol NPLW here in Victoria. We are at David Barrow Stadium for this recently adjusted fixture between Boroondara Eagles and Melbourne Victory FC. They've had to go from Eganley Reserve to the home of Bulleen Lions, but Boroondara will look to get all 3 points this afternoon in order to bump themselves up on the ladder. They currently sit 7th behind Alamein, who are on 36 points, and 3 points will make them jump up to 37 points and give them that 6th position on the ladder. This afternoon, Luca Var's squad lines up much the same as they did midweek. The only change to the starting lineup is Priya Savri-Ryan comes in on the wing and Emily Lewis goes to the bench. We also have a nearly unchanged lineup that saw Melbourne Victory lose to Box Hill United. We have Shaylee Lane coming in for Chloe McKenzie in goals, and Emmy Trainer, who was a halftime substitute in that game against Box Hill United. She'll slot in to the starting lineup alongside her counterparts in Portia Tam, Erin Taranth, and Shyla Balotelli. This afternoon's fixture will be an exciting clash, not only for the development of Melbourne Victory and their progression in this NPLW. They've been in the league for this first season and they've done a tremendous job in not only clasping points off some big hitters, but also playing their own brand and style of football that will have many teams on the back foot for a majority of a 90-minute game. The young squad will look to take it to Boroondara Eagles and thwart the party as they look to settle themselves not only into the rest of this season, but looking forward to the 2027 season as well. My name is Melissa Barbieri. I am joined in comms this afternoon by Ayana Aoyagi. Both are from Melbourne City, but we are looking to commentate this game unbiased and very much enjoyable afternoon. How are you, Ayana? Welcome.
Hi, Bubs. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. It's going to be an exciting one today, I think. The race for top 6 in finals football here in Victoria is always an exciting one at the back end of the NPL season. So I'm looking forward to this game.
As we look to Ella O'Grady to get us started off for Melbourne Victory, they have kickoff. Boroondara in their home kit of white will take on Melbourne Victory in their home kit of navy blue. Melbourne Victory running from right to left of your screens. As we say, Balotelli, give it to Tam, progressing forward. It's a sharp pass out to Miller, but she can't control and keep it from going over the sideline. Jeff Hopkins in charge this afternoon for Melbourne Victory. He's been away overseas for a couple of months in between the A-League season and look to take charge of this Melbourne Victory squad. The ball is pushed forward for Boroondara. Coco Parker puts a dangerous header onto it. And Savri-Ryan with the opening shot. What a great save by Shaylee Lane. A real introduction for Shaylee. It's such a pinpoint strike by Savri-Ryan. She was able to get on the goal scoring sheet last week against Preston Lions. They fell to Preston 2-1 midweek. Should be looking to continue that form this afternoon.
Yes, that was a great save by Victory's goalkeeper. I think in the first minute is very crucial to stay aware of any shots on goal. So it was a great save from her today.
Reese on the ball for Eagles, pushing forward. The young fullback has had some injury clouds early on in the season, but she's come back into the starting lineup. Tam out to Balotelli. Tarrant wearing the captain's armband this afternoon. Boroondara in the high press, trying to put Melbourne Victory under pressure. They know that this young side has the ability to play some really advanced football. Their interchangeable positions and play make it extremely difficult for opposition as Mossman picks it up for Boroondara Eagles and looks to start. Crisfield on the ball, just 15 years old. Crisfield in the middle of the park for Boroondara Eagles. And unfortunately for Hereford, her pass to Savri Ryan goes over the sideline. Melbourne Victory look to start again through Balotelli. Across to Tam. Tam puts her foot on it as O'Keefe drops out of that midfield position into the back line to create some space. Doveston on the ball. She gets it out wide to the overlapping trainer. But once again, the synthetic pitch is just something that teams have to really quickly become aware of, especially the differences in synthetic pitches. At the home of the Matildas last week, Box Hill United did come away with a 5-1 win, but Melbourne Victory scored early and they were in the lead 1-0. So they'll look to do the same here this afternoon and get some balls going forward, but just the run of the play is against them. But Doveston reads that pass well, drops it to Miller. Miller drives forward, protects it from Vane. She'll pull it out, Miller. She'll start again. Smart work from the young striker. Tam recycles out to Balotelli. Balotelli driving forward. And just unfortunate pass over the sideline. Just getting some nerves out. You can hear the players talking, asking each other just to calm on the ball. Hereford pushing forward for Boroondara, and Savri Ryan gives chase. Tam equally to the challenge. Savri Ryan will take it off though. Savri Ryan and the battle with Tam, won by Tam. She's driving forward, the centre back. She's got incredible distribution, Tam, but the run from Hussain probably a long way off to get that one back. Cooling recycles all the way back to Mossman. Cooling. She has Hereford to her right. Sidesteps Hussain. Savri Ryan drops it to Hereford. Into Fontes. Forward run to Brunner. Too much on it. Boroondara have been playing at Eganley Reserve, so they're equally having to get used to the surface here at David Barrow Stadium at the Venator Club in Bulleen. Tam tries to play a through ball to Mule. She'll pick it up to Miller. Miller out wide against Reese. Former teammates emerging. They know each other well. Reese gets a foot on it and she'll knock it over the sideline for a Melbourne Victory throw. Trainer with the throw. Finds the feet of Miller. Miller very adept at holding up the ball, and she wins Melbourne Victory their first corner of the afternoon. Portia Tam collecting the ball for this first corner of the afternoon. Their first corner of the afternoon against Box Hill went straight in, so they'll look to really pile on the pressure to Mia Mossman here, the Boroondara captain. O'Keefe making the run. Tam delivers. Pressure there! And the first goal of the afternoon comes from Miller. What an absolute spectacular back post header. Mossman tried to collect, but on the return, Miller just put it straight back into that back post area. And Kana Higuchi couldn't quite manage to keep it out. But once again, Melbourne Victory coming to the fore in their first corner of the afternoon. It's Boroondara Eagles 0, Melbourne Victory 1.
Yeah, what a fantastic corner that was. Tam whipping it in on her right foot on that right-hand side into the back post, and just those back post runners. If you watch the replay, their setup for the corner was quite spread out, actually, on the top of the 18-yard box. But you had runners like O'Keefe heading towards the front post, and just that back post runner it's quite crucial, and obviously ended up in a fantastic goal for the Melbourne Victory squad.
Once again, Melbourne Victory in this ascendancy early on in a match. They've been here before. They'll look to learn from previous mistakes, and the last matchup between these two sides had Melbourne Victory win 3-2. The Boroondara Eagles did make a late charge, and they could have had it 3-3, but couldn't quite get it over the line as one of their goals was chalked off for offside. This is where the young side will develop, look to manage the game, look to capitalise on their advances forward and keep this lead intact. Be a Melbourne Victory goal kick. We start to see that first opening shot from Sabri Ryan. That save, and how crucial it was for Lane to get a hand to it. See the tide shift as Tam plays feet to O'Keefe. The pressure coming from Crisfield. O'Keefe back to Lane. Out to Balotelli. She tries to swing it out, but well cut out by Sabri Ryan. Parker on the follow-up. The ball might see itself over the line, but it'll go back. Lane. Just a small mistake there from the keeper, and the finishing touch from Brunner. Absolutely clinical display of pressing from Boroondara Eagles. The amount of pressure that they put on the Melbourne Victory defence at that time, Balotelli looked to play back to her keeper, but Lane, unfortunately, under pressure, couldn't quite get the contact on that she needed, and Brunner, right in the middle of that 18-yard box, she was able to finish at home and regain parity for this Boroondara Eagles squad. It's Boroondara Eagles 1, Melbourne Victory 1.
What a way to respond. The Eagles had great pressure up front from all three up front, and they've just come away with a much-needed equaliser.
Yes, it was once again the pressure from Boroondara Eagles increasing their possession on the ball. You can really see that goal put them on the front foot now. Vane on the back post, just couldn't quite nestle it in to the net. Lane had it covered, but you can see this high press from Boroondara Eagles really starting to shake up that Melbourne Victory defence, and you can see Lane in goals, just struggling with the pressure. O'Keefe looking for the ball. She's asking her teammates just to be calm on it. Wait for the pressure to come as Lane goes forward. Reese will pick it up for Boroondara. She'll go back to Kana. Kana, Japanese national, drives forward for the run of Vane. Vane will pick it up, sidestepping. Back to Brunner. Vane on the ball. She's got time and space on this left-hand side. She drives closer, and the tackle must come in by Trainer, and it will be Boroondara Eagles' first corner of the afternoon.
Boroondara are really soaking up this momentum and allowing it to help them push forward and hopefully capitalise on another goal.
Hereford in swinger. Back post, Fontes! Clear and dangerous header for Fontes, and she rose over Bella Atelli, but couldn't quite get enough over it to head it downwards. But once again, Boroondara Eagles showing that perhaps that one goal for a Melbourne victory was enough to ignite them into full-blown pressure here. Lane to O'Grady. O'Grady controls down to Moole. Moole goes out to Miller. Covered by Reese. Intelligent defending from Maddie Reese in the back line. But Miller able to regain possession. White shirts all around her though, so Brunner will receive and play it back to Kana for the Boroondara Eagles. Kana. She's got the run of Parker. She's dropping deep. Coco Parker trying move that Melbourne victory defence. Maddie Reese inside, back to Brunner. Lovely combination play from Brunner. Brunner driving forward. She's only got Bella Atelli to beat. She finds the back post run of Savary Ryan, and that's an excellent save by Shaylee Lane. It was a deflected back pass almost from Tarrant, but she was able to get low into that left-hand side and dive to her left, and she did parry it forward, but was able to pick it up on the second bounce. Savary Ryan very much hot on the heels to put it in the back of the net. Savary Ryan forward to Herford. Herford's getting forward from the back line. Bella Atelli this time clears the danger. But the momentum clearly in the favour of Boroondara Eagles here this afternoon. Still 1-1 here at David Barrow Stadium.
An exciting first 15 minutes of football.
Savary Ryan just mistiming the run there to Chris Field. Left-footed Chris Field in that front post. The deflected header again from Trainer. Lane needed to be ready. There's a lot of friendly fire for the young keeper this afternoon. She's taken each and every deflection well. Up for the challenge. Brunner puts it all the way into Lane. A much more comfortable save for Lane.
Yeah, a lot of work for the victory goalkeeper in the first 15 minutes, but in the last 5. But way to stay calm and just play the ball around through the back.
Tam looking for the runner Miller. Kana reads well. Cooling all the way back to Mossman. Mossman into Kana. Kana. Clipped ball over the top for the overlapping run of Reese. She does have Miller for company. She'll drive inside. Little dish. But couldn't quite pick it up. Brunner. As Doveston looks for her own run forward by O'Grady. Reese on ball for Boroondara again. Vane just calming things down for Boroondara Eagles as they look to restart through. Cooling. Savary Ryan. Savary Ryan with the pace. Tarrant giving chase. Savary Ryan asking for the foul, but she continues to play on. Mule into O'Keefe. The young Matilda, lots of pressure on her. It's battle for battle in that middle of the park with the youngsters, both Poppy O'Keefe and Chris Field of similar age. It's a lot of responsibility in that number 6 position, especially when Boroondara are man for man. Lane. Tam comes forward to pick it up. Plays it out to Miller, but just the mistimed run from Trainer once again. Reese with the throw. Fontes. Chris Field trying to control, but Hussain picks it up for Melbourne victory. Tidy work from Hussain to keep possession. Once again from Doveston as well. She gets it to Miller. Boroondara still with an immense amount of pressure on this Melbourne Victory side. They're not letting them have a sniff of anything in the middle of the park where they can be so dangerous. Miller to control, back to Trainer. O'Keefe, 1-2 with Doveston, but Vane does enough to thwart that combination. O'Grady, top of the box, O'Keefe. Tackle, ball bouncing, ricochets out. Reese can collect. She tries to play feet. Brunner keeps it in. Vane coming to pick up possession, try and play forward just to give the Boroondara Eagles a chance to step their line up. Regroup. Hussain leaving the ball for a teammate, but there was no one there. The ball into Coco Parker, out to Savary Ryan. Savary Ryan does have players to beat. Parker on the turn. Can't finish though. Parker was the deft touch against Box Hill United. South Melbourne, where they won 1-0. She was able to get one of those cutbacks in a similar area and put it top corner. Not to be in that chance though. Tam drives forward. She's got O'Grady. Cunner giving the pressure. There's a clash in the middle of the park. Vane and O'Grady both rise to their feet though. Ball forward. Fontes out on the wing. Good thing about Boroondara Eagles is they have numerous players that can play all over the park, so their ability to interchange and combine and really feel the spots of each other as they drive forward is one of their strengths, quite similarly to the Melbourne Victory squad. Reese into Brunner, back out to Reese, and the pressure from Melbourne Victory enough to have it sent over the sideline. Trainer with the throw. She can only get it as far as Reese though, and Boroondara will pick it up. Start the counter attack. Cooling out to Cunner. Parker comes feet. Lovely turn from Parker. Crisfield out to Herford. Savary Ryan under pressure from Tarrant. Picks it up. Mule. Tarrant into O'Keefe. O'Keefe gets it back to Mule. She has runners, but Boroondara doing well to drop their line. Reese, great tackle on Miller, picking up possession, giving it to Vane. Fontes forward. Fontes just clearing it over the sideline. And Boroondara will have a throw.
Yeah, the Eagles are building up really well, playing it through down the wings. With a Melbourne Victory sitting off a little bit. I think the first 5 minutes the Melbourne Victory squad were high with a very high 10. Catherine Mule sitting up, playing as a false 10, and it was really working for them. But with a drop down Melbourne Victory side, it's given Boroondara Eagles a bit more space to play around, and they are building up with a shot on goal.
With the strike. Sails over the bar. Sorry to interrupt.
All good, bro.
Balotelli, this time with the goal kick, drops it into lane. She'll switch out to Tam. Boroondara just holding off their press this time. Perhaps the immense amount of attacks they've been having just creating a bit of heavy legs, giving themselves a breather from that high press. Doveston out to Miller. Miller, ball in. O'Grady gives chase, but Cooling's there to clear to the feet of Parker. Parker drops it back to Cooling. The forward run from Brunner. She's onside.
Great ball.
Bronner will drive into the 18-yard box. She's got Savary Ryan there on the left hand. And the follow-up shot from Fontes. Well saved by Lane. Fontes, Savary Ryan once again, and this time held by Lane. Great ball forward from Cooling out to Brunner. And then Savary Ryan had that touch on her left foot, but almost overran it. Tam driving forward. She's got the numbers. She swings it out to Hussein if she can keep it in. Can't quite manage it.
That was a great save by Victory's goalkeeper once again, and a much needed hold to keep the ball, keep possession, play it out, and build up once again. Victory utilising their space really well with high and wide wingers and fullbacks.
Really capitalising on that one striker pressing. If they're able to pass it out and really create some options for themselves going forward, especially with the centre-back driving, as Herford does her own driving into the middle with Crisfield. Crisfield out to Savary Ryan. Savary Ryan has her head up. She clips it into the back post. Lane coming to collect. Bravely does well. Drops it to O'Keefe. Melbourne Victory will set this transition on fire if they're able, but Cunna reads the play in very well. And she pulls the trigger from a deep position. To see Ella O'Grady playing in that 9 position. She usually is out on the wing. Hussein clipping it to Mule. Mule back to Tam. Trainer into Miller. So that when the centre-back's driving for Melbourne Victory, they just seem to be closing their spaces, and Boroondara doing well to drop off. They really are conscious of the pace of Ella O'Grady and their ability to get in behind Boroondara if they're allowed to. Parker into Crisfield. O'Keefe with a touch. Tam with a touch, but it drops to Crisfield once again. This time Brunner. Flag stays down for Brunner. Brunner this time one-on-one. And the toe poke home from Brunner gives Boroondara their much-deserved lead. Fantastic work from the Boroondara Eagles, all the way from Coco Parker, driving forward to Brunner. She stays onside, manages to poke it home from a very unfortunate Lane, who's been doing some amazing saves. But unfortunately, it means Boroondara Eagles 2, Melbourne Victory 1.
Yeah, great hustle in the middle to win the ball, not just once, but twice, and a great run down the left-hand side to slot it away, and just an unfortunate 1v1 with the Melbourne Victory goalkeeper, who has been pulling off some good saves, but Boroondara Eagles are up 2-1.
Grady driving forward. She's got Hussein. Hussein with the clip. Just not on target tonight, Hussein. She's a little bit lagging in a couple of the plays. Not really being that adventurous winger that we know her to be. Grady did really well to drive forward. A couple of step overs to drop that Boroondara Eagles defence. Ball out to Hussein, just couldn't quite manage anything quite as dangerous as they'd hoped. Once again, Brunner forward. This time the run comes from Fontes. Cunna in the box, centre back. Fontes, back post run. Savary Ryan, the follow up from Parker. She controls, she drives, she cuts it back, but O'Keefe well placed in the 6-yard box to help extinguish that flame from Boroondara Eagles. They are on fire at the moment. Mule back to O'Keefe. O'Keefe trying to put her foot onto it, trying to get some composure with this Melbourne Victory side. But the pressure from Boroondara Eagles really insurmountable for this young Melbourne Victory squad. So we see Layla Hussain trying to interchange with Mule. She'll get it on the follow-up from the throw. Mule can't turn. Crisfield almost surprised that the ball fell at her feet. Vane. This time Reese gets a run forward. Brunner is holding her position. Makes the run late. Gets a toe on it and it'll go out for a goal kick. I believe Lane is the only thing standing between Boroondara Eagles being well into an advanced position in this game. They did go 1-0 up through a great corner regime with Tam delivering to Miller at the back post, but the Boroondara Eagles have really come to the fore ever since that first chance or first goal. They've just been immense with their pressure here. Parker into Vane. Miller dispossesses Vane. The run from O'Grady. She's said to be 1v1 with Mossman. O'Grady with the finish. Incredible work from Miller to give a straight pass through the centre of defence for Boroondara Eagles. And as much as we'd like to say that Boroondara Eagles has had the momentum and has had the pressure building, just takes that one bit of skill from Melbourne Victory, and we see the scores level again. Boroondara Eagles 2, Melbourne Victory 2.
That hustle in the midfield has really set that goal up for the Melbourne Victory squad. A fantastic through ball, just splitting the defence and perfectly weighted, and a great finish for that 1v1.
Vane driving forward, trying to get the ball to Brunner, but the ball will bounce out for a Melbourne Victory throw. Not sure we were inclined to think that this was going to be a high-scoring match, but it certainly is every bit of the exciting encounter that we had hoped pre-match in this Senol NPLW Round 21 clash here at David Barrow Stadium. Melbourne Victory going up early with a 1-0 lead. Boroondara Eagles getting 2 back, but Melbourne Victory once again regaining parity. And they're coming into the game, Melbourne Victory, trying to get their foot on the ball, but Boroondara Eagles once again with the high pressure, not allowing any time and space in the middle of the park.
Yeah, certainly an exciting match, very high scoring. In the first 30 minutes, the score being 2-2. Good hustle in the midfield from both sides. Cooling with the ball. Back to Cooling as she looks wide. It's turned over.
Trainer driving forward into O'Keefe. Bounces out to Miller. Miller playing in the midfield this week. She has a tendency to play in midfield or high, but with O'Grady sitting in that 9 position, she's just dropping into the midfield.
Yeah, O'Grady is sitting quite high. Just sitting up there herself, waiting for a chance to happen.
Really stretching the line, isn't she?
Yeah, but almost getting caught out because it's just her up there. It's very hard to press. Just one striker up top.
Smart work by Kana. Gives the ball back. It's really important for Boroondara Eagles to keep possession. Herford, unfortunately, unable to drop it back to Cooling, and Cooling has to send it over the sideline.
Great pressure from O'Grady. Really coming over towards the sideline to force the ball out.
Fontes forward. Savary Ryan can pick it up. She takes a touch and advances, but she's offside. Okay, definitely see that impact that Ella O'Grady is having. She may not be winning the ball in that 9 position with her press, but you can really see how she can guide the press to a certain way where they can trap that Boroondara possession in a wide area. Lovely work from Chris Field to step over Mule. The forward run from Brunner. She's cutting this defence up. Brunner, cut back, follow up. Great tackle by Bellatelli. Fontes had the open net. Bellatelli gets a piece onto it and it ricochets off Fontes for a Melbourne victory goal kick.
That was a great play right there. Fantastic ball over the top on the left-hand side and a cutback just missing the fingertips of Melbourne Victory's goalkeeper and a great tackle to send it over the bar.
Tarrant driving into the midfield. She's covered by Savary Ryan. The pressure from Savary Ryan helps Maddie Rees pick it up, but Tarrant already well placed in the midfield to pick it up for Melbourne Victory, and Miller looking for somebody to pass to. The pressure from Rees. Miller's able to turn out, play Trainer. O'Keefe giving great support in that centre area. Dovison with the turn. Forward pass to Miller, in behind. Kind of look to Reed. Miller gets a touch on it. She's turning inside. She faces up Cunner. She doesn't have anyone to pass to, but kind of able to read the play and shield it out. Maddie Rees was able to pick it up, and Dovison with the follow-up tackle sends it over the sideline.
A great defensive effort from Cunner, just shielding the ball, getting in behind it, staying goal side, not allowing anything through and not allowing a foul.
O'Keefe into Dovison. Vane with the pressure this time. She tries to find the safe side of Savary Ryan, but Tarrant this time is the one who reads it well. Chris Field doing enormous work in the midfield for Boroondara. It's hard to see how she's only 15 years old, but here we are. Mule sees it over the sideline for Melbourne Victory, but Boroondara look to take it quickly. Fontes tried to find the feet of Savary Ryan, but it's well read by Mule. Herford with the throw. Savary Ryan holds it up, drops it to Parker. Can't quite keep it in, and it'll be a Boroondara Eagles throw. Herford with the long throw, cleared by Tarrant. Boroondara just putting their foot onto it for a moment, trying to get their positions set up. Brunner looking for the 1-2, but Vane turns out. O'Grady with the pressure this time. Brunner coming inside. Chris Field. Herford gets there first, ahead of Hussain.
The Eagles doing well to just put their foot on the ball and recycle and get their shape right. And as a switch comes onto the right-hand side.
Savary Ryan into Parker. Cleaned up by Chris Field once again. She has time, goes to Vane. Vane just skips past Miller. The second tackle from Trainer, though, able to pick it up, but just glides over the sideline.
It's quite a low block that Victory squad are having on display right now. I think it's a 4-5-1. So 5 in the midfield. And doing the job. Just resetting play now. As Victory look to play it out from the back. Out to Tarrant. Into O'Keefe. as it's turned over. Oh, and a great tackle there. Good hustle from both sides.
Great battle in the middle of the park there. Hussein driving forward. Cooling steps out to give the pressure. She makes the tackle, which means Fontes can get ahead. Hussein having to give away the foul there. She lost possession, but well worked by Fontes to stay strong.
Fontes did well to get the foul called, but I think initially great effort from Cooling to just get a leg in there and get a touch on the ball and relieve a bit of the pressure off the Eagles. I think that was a call for a handball, as Kana looks to take the free kick. Nope.
So Boroondara Eagles with the set piece, and Kana Higuchi incredibly deft on the long ball with the header, cleared by Balotelli. Ball ricocheting off Melbourne Victory players as Herford follows up with a strike. Higuchi just having that head knock right in the face there from the ricochet from Herford. She's laying forward though. Can Melbourne Victory capitalise? The pressure here, they have Kana in the back line, in the front line for Boroondara. If they can capitalise, Savary Ryan driving back to try and help. This time Fontes, ball bouncing, falls to Parker from Savary Ryan. Savary Ryan on the follow-up. She can get it out to Brunner. Savary Ryan on the strike though. She just had the blue shirts humming right next to her on that left-hand side, just thwarting that pass to Brunner. So she just thought if she can unleash a shot from this angle, maybe she can capitalise on the run of Brunner and take the defenders away from her, which she did, but she couldn't quite get it on target. Balotelli trying to create this 2v1 in this wide area, and she does so. She gets the ball to O'Grady. Back to Tarrant. Tarrant into Moole. Moole has O'Keefe in time and space, but she opts to go back to Tam. Tam, Boroondara can press high here and win it. They have the numbers. Tarrant with the ball out to Miller. It stays in. She gives a signal of apologies, but it's all good for Melbourne Victory. Tam puts her foot on it. Glides past Reese. Back to Miller. Miller has time. She can drive. Fontes giving chase. She'll pull the shirt. Professional foul there by Fontes.
Yeah, I think that's a smart foul, just to stop the play, get the girls to reset, and build out from there.
Balotelli. Back to Tam. Tam with the switch out to Miller.
Nice
Miller
ball.
can control. Driving forward, Reese for company just inside that 18-yard box. Just means that Reese couldn't quite put in the heavy challenge she might have liked. But the clearance for Boroondara Eagles. Melbourne Victory have the numbers back, so they'll slow play here for Boroondara. Still currently sitting at 2-2 here just in the 41st minute at David Barrow Stadium in this round 21 clash in the Senol NPLW here in Victoria. It's been an entertaining affair so far. Clearance from Tam drops to O'Keefe. O'Keefe, just the balance on O'Keefe is an absolute wonder to watch. She is a young Matilda. Went to the Asia Cup not long ago. Played against the likes of North Korea. She's probably learnt a lot from that tournament about being calm and present, especially playing against the Japanese side. Very technical. She's bringing this into the Melbourne Victory side. She also does that for the A-League team. Doveston with the tackle. Tam with the clearance. Brunner just waiting for the ball to bounce, and it's given Trainer the opportunity to plug it forward, but Herford comes out. Tarrant, I should say, putting enough pressure on Herford. Herford able to clear it off Tarrant. Herford, Savary Ryan, Tarrant with arms all over, but Savary Ryan just unfortunately couldn't get her hands out of the way. Tarrant asking for an option. She goes with O'Grady. Back to Tarrant. She can switch. She does so. Gets it out to Trainer, her counterpart on the right-hand side. Miller. Forward run by Doveston. Well met by the pass from Miller. Doveston, she's got a delivery. Well covered, and this time the ricochet falls to Mossman. Lane has had to deal with a lot of those from Melbourne Victory end, but this time it's Mossman's turn to clear up that friendly fire. Tarrant on the second try clears the danger for Melbourne Victory.
It's nice to see Melbourne Victory getting numbers forward. They had 4 runners, 2 or 3 in the box for that cross in from the right-hand side. Just need to stay calm on the ball, build out, get numbers forward as the ball goes out for a victory throw.
Certainly will need the lights to be turned on very soon here at David Barrow Stadium. The lights dimming, the sunset well behind us, and the temperature dropping, but temperature on the field is staying heated as we draw near to this half-time. Still locked at 2-2. Will there be a break of the deadlock before half-time? Melbourne Victory looking to put that in place if they can. Tam looks for the switch. Well-positioned Herford clears it for Boroondara. Vane under pressure from O'Grady. Savary Ryan, she's got the support of Herford, but well-placed Tarrant. Trying to clear, and she gets it to Hussain. Hussain back to Tarrant. Into Mill. Pressure from Parker coming. Tam with the switch. Out to Doveston in the opposite 10 position. Gives it to Miller, who's out on wing at the moment. Miller with the ball forward. Clearance from Cunner was well met. She had O'Grady on the shoulder, and she knew that she had to get a foot onto it, and she slid in to clear the danger. It'll be a Melbourne Victory corner. Their second of the evening. They are very dangerous in this dead ball situation. Their first of the evening came with a goal, so Portia Tam will look to deliver another deathly blow here for Melbourne Victory just before we see half-time.
An all-important foot in from Kana there. She could feel O'Grady on the backside of her. As the ball comes in,
Cunner with the clearance just takes it off Mossman at the front post, and the back post shot ricocheting, clearing the danger. But once again, Melbourne Victory very, very lethal on those corner situations. Boroondara doing all they can to clear the danger.
a bit of a pinball situation in from that cross, but an all-important clearance out.
Dofferston was the one getting that last touch onto it as we see the overlapping trainer. Delivery in, this time comfortably collected by Mossman. We're in added time here in the first half. Savary Bryant just has Tarrant to beat. She can use her pace here. She does. She turns on the burners. She can get into the 18-yard box, deliver. Back post run, covered by trainer. Brunner on the follow-up. Ball bouncing, eludes Parker. The ricochet coming off Vane. Reese with the clearance. She needed to be deft in that challenge with Miller running forward. Brunner inside. She's got Parker. Brunner on the turn. Comes off the crossbar. Much to the smiles of Lane. She thought that was definitely going over. As Crisfield on the follow-up. Well covered by Dofferston. Melbourne Victory now, their turn to transition. Hussain driving forward. She's got Cooling. Cooling does well to read the play. It's been immense for Boroondara Eagles. Mossman clears the danger. Herford giving chase. And that will be the halftime whistle here at David Barrow Stadium. It's been a hugely entertaining clash between these two sides, sitting 7 and 8 on the ladder here in the Senol NPLW here in Victoria. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring this live action to you. If you have been watching from the beginning, it's been back and forward. Boroondara with the majority of the possession, but Melbourne Victory struck first with a Jasmine Miller header at the back post in corner situation. Then follow-up from Boroondara Eagles had the scores tied, and then Brunner sends Boroondara into the lead 2-1, but then Ella O'Grady on the 1v1 situation, and she scores for Melbourne Victory. So it's 2-2 here at David Barrow Stadium.
Yeah, an exciting match so far. Very high-scoring game from both. Great efforts from both sides. A lot of possession-based.
Could be way more ahead for Boroondara Eagles. I think Shaylee Lane has been immense in the Melbourne Victory goal. Of course, Chloe McKenzie not on the team sheet today, so Lane coming in, remarkable effort to keep these scoreline much more admirable for her Melbourne Victory side. As we look to go into the sheds, we'll look to see you after this halftime break in this round 21 clash. Boroondara Eagles 2, Melbourne Victory 2. Welcome back to the David Barrow Stadium here at the Venator Club for this round 21 clash between Boroondara Eagles and Melbourne Victory in the Senol NPLW here in Victoria. It's been an entertaining clash so far. It's all level at the halftime break, but majority of the stats coming the way of Boroondara Eagles, but Melbourne Victory matching it when it counts on the scoreboard. So Boroondara had 10 shots to 3. A majority of their stats are well above the Melbourne Victory team, but all important scoreboard is 2-2, and Melbourne Victory are still in this match regardless of the momentum well in the favour of Boroondara Eagles.
Yeah, Bubs, this will be an exciting second half. Looking at these stats, Boroondara Eagles had 10 shots to Melbourne Victory's 3, but only 3 of those were on target compared to Victory's 2 on target. We'll see if either side will make any subs, but I think both coaches should look to keep the same squads, as the score being level 2-2 is a good start, and we'll see who can break the deadlock.
Reese drifting inside. She finds Chris Field. Chris Field out to Savvy Ryron. Herford made the run inside, but a little bit of mishap. Herford on the first volley of the afternoon in this second half. Herford. Ball fell to her feet. It was almost as if she'd given up the chance when she made the run forward, and Savvy Ryan managed to get the ball to her, even though it ricocheted off the Melbourne Victory foot. And what a way to start this second half. Boroondara Eagles have come out of the sheds firing. And it's Boroondara Eagles 3, Melbourne Victory 2.
What a fantastic start for the Eagles in the second half. That ball just fell to her right foot, and on the right-hand side just clipped it into the backside of the Melbourne Victory goalkeeper. Fantastic shot. And what a way to start.
Clearance by Reese. Fontes holding it up for Vane. Vane calm on the ball, finding Chris Field. Chris Field out to Fontes. Fontes and Brunner just probably not on the same page there. Scorers in the first half, it was a double to Brunner and Jasmine Miller for Melbourne Victory and Ella O'Grady. So great to see a defender on the score sheet for Boroondara Eagles. Miller picking it up for Melbourne Victory, goes to Mule. Mule into O'Grady, the goal scorer. Parker giving chase. O'Keefe tries to play it out, but the goal scorer Herford giving a lot of pressure on Hussein. Savvy Ryan and Tarrant battling it out. Tarrant wins this battle. She gets it to Doveston. Melbourne Victory dangerous on the counter here. Miller uses the run of Doveston to glide inside, and Canna clears for Boroondara Eagles. Last time these two teams fought it out, it was Melbourne Victory that were up 3-0 in the 60th minute, and then Elise Cook was the one who came on and reignited the flame in the 70th minute, and then Fontes brought it to 3-2, and unfortunately for Boroondara, it was a goal that had them level, chalked off for offside. So this is exactly in reverse. Boroondara Eagles now up 3-2 in this counter clash.
The momentum right now is really high, Bubs. It's an exciting match. It was in the first half, and it still is right now, clocking over into the 48th minute. It'll be interesting to see how Victory do respond to that goal in the first minute of this second half. Obviously being a very young team, to see if they can come back with a goal to respond and some maturity and so far doing well, giving themselves space and some runs down the line, but it's turned over into Boroondara. Bit of pressure up front. Great pressure from the Eagles. 3v3 here down the left-hand side. It'll be a victory throw.
Trainer on this right-hand side for Melbourne Victory with the long throw. Up to Miller. Holds it up well. Drops it into O'Keefe. Mule tackled by Crisfield. Tam with the follow-up. Balotelli with the follow-up clearance. It only goes as far as Herford. Herford, the one on target 2 minutes into this second half. She's able to get herself onto the score sheet.
Apologies, Bubs. Great pressure from O'Grady coming in from the middle all the way to the left-hand side and putting pressure on the Eagles fullback.
Savvy Ryan just deemed to tug the shirt there for a foul. Diagonal pass, well read by Canna. Brunner with the flick on. Reese gets a touch to Canna. Reese once again, 1-2. Doing well to keep possession. Maturity shown from Maddie Reese. It's Crisfield. Well won back by Vane. Forward run by Savvy Ryan. She has the pace to keep it in. It's a very quick pitch. She's able, just a testament to how quick she is. Savvy Ryan with the delivery on her left foot. Fontes with the follow-up. Saved by Lane. She had to go low and hard on her left-hand side. Fontes rose above the pack in the 6-yard, and Lane does well to get a hand and parry it round the post.
Yeah, that was a great build-up play, starting all the way from the back line, Kana being calm on the ball and switching it out to the right-hand side and playing that through ball down the line, and a great cross in on the left boot of Savarayan. Now for a corner for the Eagles.
Crisfield delivers. A little deeper. Parker. Ball ricocheting off numerous heads, and it will fall to Hussein, but Parker picks it up. She'll play it forward, and Savvy Ryan just in an offside position. Great line held by Melbourne Victory there. Just to squeeze the line up, give Boroondara Eagles no room to play. Savvy Ryan doing hard work to regain possession. It falls to O'Grady, but the follow-up run from Tarrant can't be met. Or Hussein, sorry, can't be met. Mull, ball forward to O'Grady. Ricochet, Vane. Just an unfortunate clash in the middle of the park, not deemed a foul. Cunner. She's well supported by Brunner, well up the field. The movement of Brunner is superb. She just goes where she's needed. Kind of making a run. A ball over the top to Reese if she can keep it in and cut it back, but Miller does well to get front position and see it over the side, over the end line for a goal kick.
Great defensive effort from Miller, just shielding the ball, putting pressure on Boroondara to see the ball out for a goal kick.
Tam going long. O'Grady drops it to Doveston. Doveston out to Miller, who sees herself on the right wing in this second half. Just a late challenge from O'Grady, but there's a play on, but it's called back for a foul on Kanako Higuchi. She's a little bit ginger after that tackle from O'Grady. The press from O'Grady, trying to win back the possession. Superb work with the press, but just the follow-up challenge deemed overzealous. Dovston cuts it out. She's got the run of Hussein. Boroondara calm in defence. Miller. She's got Kana for company as ball goes back to Trainer. Tam into Tarrant, who's come in from that left fullback position. She'll drive forward, slipping in Hussein. Ricochet out by Reese. Savary Ryan has time and space. Plays the ball to Fontes. Can she keep it in? She does. She doesn't quite have the numbers in the box to deliver, though, so she'll turn out on the left-hand side, but able to find Parker anyway, but couldn't get enough of the power. Took her time in that delivery. She had the time and space, but probably not the numbers that she would have liked through that centre of the park. She waited for Parker to come in, but not enough power on the header. Balotelli driving forward, trying to engage that pressure from Boroondara. She's got Lane with the ball back to Tam. Savary Brunner. Parker with the pressure. Brunner with the intercept. Tam clears. Tam just apologising there. All angles were cut down by the Boroondara Eagles defenders. Trainer, Vane, Parker for Boroondara. Reese goes all the way back. Kana out to Cooling. Cooling out to Herford. Closed down by Hussein. Moore with the touch. Fontes with the front position here. She'll try and flick it on to the run of Brunner. Vane. Touch out to Reese. She's got Parker ahead of her. Lovely Megs by Reese. Glides inside to Brunner. Brunner once again positioned where she's needed on the park for her teammates. Crisfield picking it up. Laying it out to Kana. They've got the numbers here, Boroondara. Melbourne Victory doing well to defend though. Ball in behind. Balotelli was quick to make sure that she had to clear that because she could read Fontes just peering over her shoulder. Should she leave it?
That was a nice little cross in before just sneaking in between the defensive line and in behind the back and just quick to get it out and for a Boroondara corner.
Herford to take. Should be a right-footed in-swinger on this corner. Boroondara themselves quite deadly on set pieces, so they'll probably look for Fontes. Herford delivery, front post, and she lets it go all the way through, and Lane well positioned there. The dummy from Cooling at the front post, just enough to everybody take their eyes off it. Brunner can't reach it. Dovston going forward, plays the ball into the running path of Hussein, but it's got too much on it as Mossman plays quickly out to Crisfield. Crisfield out to Herford. Herford's had to do the long yards from corner. It's a transition moment there.
Yeah, the transition moments I think are looking really good for both sides, but just not enough numbers in attack for both sides, really. I think if they use this transition moment and maybe get the ball up high, hold it, bring it back and wait for numbers to get up, then a transition moment looks to be incoming.
Mm-hmm. Definitely a more dangerous attack would be heralded if they have the numbers going forward, because they can really push the numbers in this wide area. It's in there really central that they lack the continuity. As Dovison looking to increase the pressure in the middle of the park, she nearly was one bite away from the cherry. Lovely play from Brunner and Reese. Brunner getting the glancing touch from Trainer, delivers. Back post, Savary Ryan had to be cleared by Tarrant. Erin Tarrant there doing the captain's work, clearing the danger for Melbourne Victory.
a crucial header from Tarrant. There was runners coming in through, but especially on the back post, so great clearance from Tarrant there.
Savvy Ryan possibly trying to play it out ahead for herself to run onto, but too much sauce on it. Tarrant with the throw. O'Grady can't control. Ball in. Fontes holding it up. Cleared by Tarrant. Overhead kick. Herford with the follow-up play. Pressure from Tarrant. See the ball over the sideline. No team looking to their benches just yet. Might see a substitution getting ready for Melbourne victory. Vane. Through ball to Brunner. Brunner on a hat-trick. Savvy Ryan. Doveston for Melbourne victory. Lovely sidestep there. O'Keefe forward run. Miller. O'Grady on the left. Hussain on the left. She's got the wide. She's goes right with Miller. Miller trying to drive. Trying to get the better of Maddie Reese. Been immense, Maddie Reese, all night, but Miller gets the better of her. Cut back. Crisfield once again well positioned to clear the danger. Talking about immense, Crisfield's done a mountain of work in that middle of the park for Boroondara Eagles. I think I've mentioned it about 3 times how old she is, but 15 is incredibly young to be holding down the midfield like that. Incredible maturity.
I certainly wasn't that good at 15.
Miller holds it in. Reese, well-timed challenge. She's got O'Keefe for support. Miller inside. Strikes. Back post. Mossman well down to her right side. It was through bodies, so she was late to see it. She parries it away. Victory with the numbers, but Fontes with the smarts. Savvy Ryan looks up. She can see the white shirts ahead of her. If they can just get the ball out to Brunner through Crisfield in the middle of the park, but they send it back to the right-hand side and can't quite capitalise on the numbers forward. As we look to see Melbourne victory going to their bench for the first time this evening with Anastasia Simic coming on and Ella O'Grady coming off. It'll be a straight swap for Simic in that 9 position. First touch of the ball almost immediately. Cooling. She's got 2 Melbourne victory players surrounding her and she has to clear the danger over the touch.
Just going back to that save, I think that was all important from Boroondara's goalkeeper Mossman to parry that ball away onto her right-hand side of the field. It's hard to see coming through your backline and bodies in the box, but harder to catch. So if to parry, then parry far away, and great job by Mossman there. As Victory looked to reset, play the ball around, move it, and head down the line. We've got runners through. Just in the corner there, taking on the likes of Kana. Runners into the box. Moole on the ball, back out to the fullback. Up the line again, they've got 2-on-1. Just cut off by Boroondara. Got a throw in for Melbourne victory. Trainer. Boroondara getting on the ball. Down the line. We've got runners down the left-hand side. Go and chase. And just sent out over the sidelines by Tam. I think Boroondara will be calm on the ball. Just get numbers up. Relax and build out properly and be smart. It's Reese into the 18-yard box. Cleared out. Victory on the ball now. Just in this transition moment, can they hold the ball up top? It's turned away. Some big tackles in there, hustle. And just sent out wide for a victory throw. Victory going all the way back to their goalkeeper. Just resetting, utilising their space and the pitch that the David Barrow Stadium offers. As it's turned away for Boroondara, Severian all the way back to Cooling as she switches to Higuchi. Calm on the ball. Nice movement. As Higuchi takes Victory on down the line. The centre back going all the way. And there's a tackle there. Foul is called. Great run by Higuchi there. As we look to the bench for Boroondara Eagles. Number 23, Emily Lewis, coming on for number 6, Maddie Reese. Great game that Maddie Reese has had down the left flank. Making those runs down the left-hand side. As we've got Brunner on the ball, right hand in swing, into the box, just into the palms of Melbourne Victory's Shaylee Lane. As she plays out quickly and just sent out wide. Good pressure from Boroondara Eagles.
Emily Lewis brought up through the ranks of the Boroondara Eagles. She's made her presence felt in this Boroondara lineup as Fontes looks to cross. Tam blocks. Trainer with the follow-up. Keeps it in. Gives it to Miller. Pressure from Parker. Miller looking to combine with O'Keefe through Doveston. Doveston looking to turn. Gets it to Trainer. Trainer under immense pressure. Boroondara doing well, but Melbourne Victory equal to the task. And they'll play it out. Tarrant finding herself in the middle of the park. Trainer down the line. Doveston flicks it on. Cunner with the run to clear up the mess. Brunner still back after her set piece. Maybe she's dropped back into that left pack position to shore up this win as Emily Lewis is pushing forward into that left wing position. Bella Atelli out to Moole. You can see Melbourne Victory trying to increase numbers in the middle of the park as they see Tarrant stepping into midfield. She's very narrow. She's creating that extra option in midfield. They're 3-2 down here, Melbourne Victory, so they're looking for those options forward. Miller into O'Keefe. O'Keefe looking for somebody central, but no one holding up play ever since Ella O'Grady has come off. Simic coming on, just lacking that tall target up the front to hold up play. Balotelli driving forward, that extra number through centre back this time. Cleared by Herford to Vane. Vane looks to clip it, but Fontes will give chase nonetheless. She'll sit off now. Fontes really trying to apply that pressure, not allowing Tam to get on the ball and distribute as she would like. Fontes giving chase now. Boroondara will have to go with her if they're able to capitalise on this press. Melbourne Victory are able to play out with ease. If they don't, and they do, Vane doing well to cut off some options for O'Keefe. Hussain into Moole. Moole out to Tam. They've got the numbers now if they want to go forward, Melbourne Victory, but they put their foot on it. Moole out to Trainer, but just the emphasis from Emily Lewis to maybe take a challenge just puts Trainer in a second mind as to whether she can keep it in.
I think Melbourne Victory are playing very brave right now. They're a goal down, but they've got four numbers up top in their attacking line, sometimes even 5. And it can be dangerous having that many up top when in transition moments you don't have that many numbers in your back line. But playing very brave and risk to reward.
So Melbourne Victory look to get some substitutes ready. Probably see the likelihood of Sienna Silvesca to come on for this Melbourne Victory squad. She's a dead ball specialist from the A-League. Brunner with the throw into Vane. Vane turns, cut back at the back post, and it's Savri Ryan with the one that she missed from the first half. She shows no doubt on the follow-up left foot. The cut back from Vane. Absolute brilliant work to turn her man inside out. And then the follow-up strike from Savri Ryan and the left foot. No doubt at all. Boroondara 4. Melbourne Victory 2.
That was a fantastic cutback from Vane just to get the ball in from that throw-in. Take her opponent on the half turn. Take it down to the line. Cut it back. And Savri Ryan with that nice finish, just getting away from her player in the box and tucking it home to give Boroondara Eagles a lead of 4 goals to Melbourne Victory's 2. Victory on the restart, playing out wide.
Those substitutions were made by Melbourne Victory. Silvesca coming onto the field. Cleared by Cooling. And we see Teixeira also coming on, and she's going to play in this right wing. She's usually a fullback, but she can play in that right wide wing. Right? Wide ring. Wing area.
Ring, ring.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Mossman with the clearance for Boroondara. They've got the 2-goal ascendancy now, Boroondara, and they're playing with some real pleasure as Savri Ryan controls. No call for the offside. Melbourne Victory hoping for the call for the offside.
It looked to be offside from where we're sitting, but obviously not on the sidelines with the lino. But Victory glad to see it go over the crossbar and for a Victory goal kick.
So Melbourne Victory had their substitutions, and Jasmine Miller off and Mule off.
Great hold-up play
From Silvesca. Forward runs by Hussain. Hussain has been quiet all night. She just needs one moment, though. Teixeira comes inside on the left foot at the back post. Ricochets off the upright. Desperate defending from Boroondara Eagles. Substitute Silvesca doing exactly as she's brought on to do, and follow-up shot blocked by Boroondara Eagles. Teixeira unlucky not to get that left-footed back post sneak in, but the follow-up from Silvesca, brilliant. And Boroondara knows how deadly this Melbourne Victory squad can be. They need to follow up in their defending. No scoreline is safe with this Melbourne Victory squad.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play inside the 18-yard box. As
Lewis
Boroondara-
on target, can follow up, but the great defending by trainer ricochets, and it will be a goal kick for Melbourne victory.
Yeah, another quick transition from one goal to the other end, and just getting caught out in transition. Great header from Higuchi as Boroondara look to capitalise again. Left-hand side. Fontes back to Higuchi. Back to Brunner as it's seen out for a Boroondara throw. Just going back to that play inside the box, it was fantastic for a left-footed hooked shot, just hitting the side of the goalpost, and Silvestre unlucky to not tuck that one away from desperate defending from Boroondara.
Ball forward to Simic, and Mossman will come and clear for Boroondara Eagles. Vane trying to hold her position, but great work from trainer there. Right back for Melbourne victory, getting in front. You can see the distance between the lines now, just stretching out that little bit further. Boroondara almost immediately stepped the line up, try and keep this game as compact as possible. Fontes with the hold-up play. Looking for second defenders, Melbourne victory. They get it. Ball to Silvestre. She's got the left foot diag. She almost tried to will the run of Tarrant to get forward for that one, but she's had some minimal playing time, Silvestre, and she's doing well to recuperate from all her injuries from the last A-League season, as we see a substitute for Boroondara Eagles. This time, Coco Parker will exit the field as we see Elise Cook come on for a substitute. She was a goal scorer in the last clash these two teams had at the home of the Matildas, and she was on the score sheet, so she'll be looking to implement that plan once again tonight as she gives chase. Balotelli's under pressure. Elise Cook, exactly how she scored her goal at the home of the Matildas, through sheer press. Much like the first goal from Brunner this evening, Boroondara's press yielding some dangerous attack as we see Teixeira going forward, covered for Boroondara by Kana. Kana will see it over the line using every bit of experience. The Japanese national.
Yeah, very smart play from Higuchi there. Just baiting the defender as if she's going to kick the ball out, but seeing it go over the baseline for a Boroondara goal kick, which Higuchi will take.
No doubt the most frustrating thing when you're trying to push for goals is having a defender calmly see it over the sideline or the end line.
The very experienced Japanese defender that she is, as most Japanese players are, very smart on the ball, very annoying to play against. As there's a shot just wide of the victory goalpost.
Certainly had the Boroondara bench willing that ball to go in. Savri Ryan on the score sheet tonight. She had one hit the crossbar early on in the match, first 2 minutes of the match. Indeed, she had managed to get on the score sheet, much like she did midweek against Preston Lions. Other goal scorers tonight, Brunner has the double. She's on a hat-trick, but she's dropped back into that left back position. Fontes with the pressure. O'Keefe asking for the foul and receiving it. She gets the ball quickly to Doveston. Doveston gets past Crisfield. Silvestre trying to find the through pass, but well cut out by Herford. She'll go to Vane. Boroondara will start again. Savri Ryan deep in defensive position. Cook back to Crisfield. She's got time. She goes inside, but well read by O'Keefe. O'Keefe will look to start this transition, but they'll go all the way back. Melbourne Victory try and get something more. Dofferson can't quite get a foot to it. Fontes forward to Lewis. Lewis, ball in, cross the box, cleared by Balotelli. Vane on the follow-up, half volley. Skies over the bar, but very, very attractive football from Boroondara Eagles. The second half substitution of Emily Lewis and Cook, giving that spontaneity up front and having a lot of those attacking players doing a lot of defensive work for Boroondara Eagles. They know the danger this Melbourne Victory side has. Tam driving forward. Kana Higuchi reading that well. Fontes well placed to pick up the second ball. Herford trying to play forward to Savary Ryan. Simic through the middle. Silvesca, she's got a head up. She'll look to chip. Mossman dropping back. Could see her eyes light up, so she dropped immediately as soon as Silvesca picked up the ball. She's known for her incredible goal-scoring ability. Not only on the dead ball, but in transition moments.
Yeah, just a smart play from Silvesca there, just looking up, seeing the goalkeeper slightly off her line and taking her chance for it. But Mossman quick to get back and claim the ball. As Victory look to build out again, can they get numbers forward as the ball goes over top? Mia looks to pick it up and relax for the Boroondara Eagles, but opts for a goal kick just over the halfway line. Picked up by Victory again. Through ball. Half volley and not a bad attempt, just sliced the ball a little bit and out for a goal kick.
Just leaning back too much on that attempt, Layla Hussein. She has been quiet all night, but this second half she seems to have picked up in her presence on field, especially with the inclusion of Silvesca. It's very important to have a player that looks both left and right on this field. Much of their attacks were going down the right-hand side in the first half. Kana Higuchi going forward. The turn from Lewis. The run from Fontes. Doveston clearing up the danger for Melbourne Victory.
Higuchi on the ball. Looked as if she was going to send it forward, but played in through the mid and out for a Boroondara throw.
Look, Melbourne Victory may be looking for another substitution, trying to inject some energy into this second half. Forward throw. Ball just bouncing. Tam goes all the way back to Lane. Lane clears. Only as far as Doveston. She gets a flick on. Brunner there to pick it up for Boroondara. Gets a toe in ahead of Trainer. So we go to the bench for Melbourne Victory. Substitution as we see Balotelli coming off. And Mia Crawford coming on. Be if you're a like for like substitution for Melbourne Victory. Trainer into Tchera. Cleared by Brunner. Brunner once again. Crisfield giving chase to Silvesca. Silvesca finding Hussein's feet. Silvesca playing the ball forward, but Savary Ryan this time doing the defensive yards. Vane. engine in the midfield for Boroondara. Safe to say, when Fontes and Vane are on song, Boroondara usually get the win, especially if Brunner is putting them in the back of the net, which she has this evening. And not only Brunner, but also Savvy Ryan and Herford on the score sheet as well. Both Melbourne Victory goal scorers are off at this stage, so they'll be looking to new faces to impact the game and keep pushing for a result this evening.
Looks like to be another sub. Coming off is number 7, Emma Vane, on for number 14, Maddie Dara. Boroondara looked to have a low block with 4 in the back and 4 in the midfield. Hoping to keep that scoreline as it is and not concede anymore. But as the through ball comes through, Brunner picks it up and sends it out wide. Pressure is mounting on, and Victory are really putting on the burners to get the ball forward and numbers forward as they look out to the right-hand side as the cross is coming in and into the hands of Mossman. She looks like to kick it long, to send it forward, but picked up by number 2, Trainer. As Victory are building out. Again, using their space really well. Teixeira on the right wing. Nice little 1-2. Driving into the middle. Picked up by Silvesca. Out to Teixeira. Ball in, but cleared away and out for a Victory throw.
Safe to say that both goal scorers involved in that defensive play for Boroondara, so they're really trying to make sure that they don't add any more goals from Melbourne Victory onto this score sheet.
Tam with the ball. Out wide, back through. Just building up, being patient. It's good to see. Out to Tarrant. Can they get numbers forward? As they send a long ball and it's picked up and sent long. Both sides just need to be calm on the ball and keep it and build up and be smart. As Victory take back possession and build out from the back in their own half. Victory's wingers high and wide with 3 strikers up top. Silvesca, nice little flick over, but just picked up by Boroondara. Looking to start again. Taking a lot of risk. Melbourne Victory. Can it pay off with their numbers forward? Just turned over. Boroondara building up. Great pressure on. 1v1 down the left-hand side. Lewis just taking them one-on-one. Round 1, round 2, goal. Just into the palms of Victory's goalkeeper. A long ball. Into Teixeira. Can she get on the ball? Mossman picked up. Just taking her time. Relaxing on the ball as the time ticks over, almost into the 89th minute. Bit of a scramble in there. And out for a build-out play by Victory. Tam with the ball. As she drives, looks for a ball over the top. Teixeira and Higuchi just on the ball before her. Out for a Victory throw. Can they take it quickly? They will want to. Silvestre turns. Left-footed in, swinging cross. Picked up by the Boroondara defence. As they give it away cheaply, a shot out and a shot on goal, and it just glides over the crossbar. And Mossman will take her time for a goal kick that Cooling will take. Looking to send it long. Just bide a little bit of time. See the clock tick over. Just in the 90th minute now. Can Victory sneak another one away? As we have 4 minutes of extra time added on. Another ball over the top. As Mossman just likes to time waste a bit and pick it up. We love a goalkeeper that time wastes. She looks to kick it long. We know all about our time wasting, don't we, Bubs? Some people hate it, but hey.
Game management.
Yeah, exactly. You got to do what you got to do, right? As Victory are building out from the back. Silvestre on the ball. Just picked up by Boroondara and turned over again. It's O'Keefe, I believe. And switched out to the right-hand side. Nice little drive. Can she half turn? Nice through ball. Teixeira on the ball as she crosses it in. A nice punch away by Mossman into the opposite end of her 18-yard box and just cleared away, but picked up again by Victory as they look to go forward. Through ball, no. Just picked off again. Nice defense on a little tackle in there. And goes the way of Melbourne Victory. Not sure about that. It looked as if the Melbourne Victory player was pulling her backwards and into the ground. As Boroondara calling for why that call was made. Just standing over the ball and an all-important free kick for Victory as they send it in. Long ball. And cleared away. Can they put the pressure on? Not let a shot away as she shoots. Back again. Nice block by Higuchi. Looked as if it might have crossed the line, but it didn't. Can they clear it away from a goal? And it looks to be a corner.
Desperation from Kana to try and get that from being a corner.
Yes.
Just tearing the thighs up. Just
Painful.
Screaming. Ball into the box, back post. Kana with the clearance. Lots of shirt pulling now from Crawford, but the run from Savary Ryan. She has numbers in the middle, but the long touch. This time Crawford picking it up for Melbourne Victory, and she gets the ball forward to Simic. Simic has two defenders to beat. She still gets one off. The clearance from Brunner doing all the hard yards this evening, both goal scoring and defending. Savary Ryan clearing the danger for Boroondara, but they'll need to step the lines up here because the ball will just come straight back at them. It's the hardest time of the game with few seconds left on the clock. Melbourne Victory looking to push forward to get another goal. Trainer linking with O'Keefe. O'Keefe has Hussain in the middle of the park. They have the numbers, Victory. They're pushing players forward. O'Keefe with the run forward, cleared by Cooling. And that'll see out the 90 minutes here for Boroondara Eagles. They've managed to win one back against Melbourne Victory. After going down early in the season, 3-2, they've been able to turn it around this time at home. It's been an entertaining match in this round 21 clash in the Senol NPLW. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you this evening's action. We had 2 goals scored from Brunner, a goal from Hereford and a goal from Savary Ryan for Boroondara, and a goal. Melbourne Victory's goal scorers were Jasmine Miller and Ella O'Grady. So it's been an entertaining clash here at David Barrow Stadium. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you this evening's action. My name is Melissa Barbieri, alongside Ayana Ayagi. Well done, Ayana, for your first time on comms. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you this evening.
Thank you, Bubs. What an exciting match today was, and to see both sides putting up amazing effort, but ultimately Boroondara coming away with a win 4-2 and getting a goal back after going down early. I mean, what a fantastic match, and very entertaining, very high goal-scoring match. And, yeah, it was a pleasure to speak with the GOAT today.
It's an absolute pleasure. This evening ends Boroondara 4, Melbourne Victory 2.